My name is Sandra. If you are watching this, please listen carefully. I am going to tell you the story of how I almost lost my life because of a man I loved more than myself. This is not a movie. This happened 3 months ago. It was a Tuesday night. Kelvin, my husband, was in the shower. His phone was on the dining table. It buzzed. Bzz, bzz. Usually, I don't touch his phone. We respect each other's privacy. But that night, my heart was beating fast. I don't know why. Maybe God was trying to save me. I picked up the phone. The screen lit up. It was a WhatsApp message from a girl named Cynthia. The message said, "Baby, I miss your touch. Your wife is too big now. She can't satisfy you like I do. Come over tonight." I felt like someone poured cold water on my head. I opened the chat history. There were hundreds of messages, photos, videos, dates. But the worst part wasn't the cheating. The worst part was what he wrote about me. He wrote, "Sandra is a cow now. Her stomach looks like a crushed balloon. I get sick when I see her naked. I only stay for the kids. I am Sandra. I am a human being. I am the mother of his children. And to him, I was just a cow." Let me take you back to the beginning so you understand how we got here. 5 years ago, I was the prettiest girl in the office. I worked as a receptionist at a big company. I was size 8. My skin was glowing. My waist was small. Kelvin was the new sales manager. He was tall, wore nice suits, and had a smile that could melt ice. He pursued me for 6 months. He brought me lunch every day. He bought me roses on Fridays. He told his friends, "Sandra is a queen. I will never let her go." When he proposed, he knelt down in front of everyone at the restaurant. He cried. He said, "Sandra, you are my world. I want to grow old with you." I believed him. We got married in a beautiful white wedding. Everyone said we were the perfect couple, the power couple. For 2 years, we were happy. We laughed a lot. We went on dates. He looked at me like I was the most precious thing on earth. Then I got pregnant. When I told Kelvin I was pregnant with twins, he was over the moon. He jumped up and down like a child. He said, "2 babies! Wow! You are a superhero, Sandy." For the first 6 months, he was perfect. He rubbed cocoa butter on my stomach every night so I wouldn't get marks. He ran to the kitchen at 2 a.m. to get me pickles and ice cream. He told me I was glowing. But as the babies grew bigger, things started to change slowly. I didn't notice it then. I started swelling. My feet became like bread. My face got round. I couldn't wear my nice clothes anymore. I had to wear Kelvin's big t-shirts. One day, we were at a party. I was 8 months pregnant. I was struggling to walk. Kelvin was walking fast in front of me. He didn't hold my hand. When we got home, I asked him, "Kelvin, are you okay? You seemed embarrassed of me tonight." He snapped at me. He said, "Sandra, stop being dramatic. I'm just tired. Look at yourself. You are just imagining things." That was the first time he raised his voice at me. The birth was hard. It was an emergency C-section. The doctors had to cut my stomach open to save the twins. When I woke up, I was in pain. I looked down at my stomach. It was not flat. It was soft and hanging. I had a long red scar from one side to the other. And I had dark purple lines, stretch marks all over my belly. I cried. I felt ugly. I looked for Kelvin to comfort me. He was holding the babies. He smiled at them. But when he looked at me, his smile disappeared. He didn't say, "I love you." He didn't kiss my forehead. He just said, "The doctor said you need to lose weight fast, Sandra. You look different." We went home. The nightmare began. The babies cried all night. I was exhausted. I had no time to shower. I had no time to fix my hair. Milk leaked from my breasts and stained my clothes. I smelled like spit up and sweat. Kelvin stopped sleeping in our room. He said, "The babies keep me awake. I need to sleep in the guest room so I can work." I understood. I thought he was being responsible, but he wasn't working. He was on his phone. Months passed. The babies were 6 months old. I was still carrying extra weight. I was trying my best, but my body had changed forever. I knew that, but I didn't know my husband would hate me for it. If I tried to hug him, he would stiffen up. He would say, "Sandra, you are sweating. Go shower." If I wore a dress, he would laugh a mean laugh. He would say, "Who are you trying to impress? That dress is bursting. You look ridiculous." He stopped buying me things. He stopped giving me money for the house. He said, "You are just sitting at home doing nothing. Why do you need money?" But I wasn't doing nothing. I was raising two human beings. I was cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, and working a small online business from home to help us. Then the insults started. One night, I came out of the bathroom wearing a towel. He looked at my stomach and made a real face of disgust, like he wanted to vomit. He said, "Sandra, have you seen yourself in the mirror? You look like my mother, and my mother is old. You are only 28. What happened to you?" I cried that night. I cried until my pillow was wet. I asked him, "Kelvin, do you not love me anymore?" He looked at me with cold eyes and said, "Love is not blind, Sandra. I like beautiful things, and you let yourself go." That sentence broke my heart. You let yourself go, as if I chose to have twins, as if I chose to have a C-section scar. 2 weeks after that fight, Kelvin changed. He started going out every night. Business meetings, he said. Clients' dinners, he said. He started buying new clothes, expensive shoes. He was grooming his beard. He smelled like a new perfume, a sweet, flowery perfume that wasn't mine. I found a receipt in his pocket. It was for a dinner for two at a fancy hotel. I confronted him. "Kelvin, who did you take to dinner?" He didn't even lie. He just got angry. "Mind your business, Sandra. I work hard for this money. I can spend it how I want." Then I met Cynthia. I went to his office to bring him lunch one day. I was wearing a big t-shirt and leggings because I hadn't had time to dress up. I looked like a mess. I walked into his cabin without knocking. There was a girl sitting on his desk. She was very young, very slim. Her waist was tiny. She was wearing a short skirt and a tight top. She was laughing at something Kelvin said. Kelvin's hand was on her waist. When they saw me, the girl jumped down. She looked at me up and down. Then she smirked. A nasty smirk. Kelvin turned red. He yelled at me. "Sandra, what are you doing here? You look like a beggar. Get out. You are embarrassing me." He called me a beggar. In front of his colleagues. In front of her. I ran out of that office crying. I felt so small. So worthless. I went home and looked in the mirror. I saw what he saw. A tired, overweight mother. But then I touched my scar. I touched my stretch marks. And I realized something. I didn't get these marks from being lazy. I got them from fighting for his children's lives. I got them from love. If he was ashamed of these marks, he was ashamed of his own children. He was ashamed of his own family. And that brings us back to that Tuesday night. After I saw the message from Cynthia, I kept scrolling. I found a group chat called The Boys Club. It was Kelvin and his three best friends, Harry, Mike, and Joe. I read everything. Harry wrote, "Bro, how you dey sleep with that your wife now? She gets belly like pure water container." Kelvin replied, "Abeg, I know they touch am. She disgusts me. When I close my eyes, I just imagine she is Cynthia. I am planning to bring Cynthia to our bed soon." Mike wrote, "Just marry second wife or divorce am. You are still young. Why you dey waste your life with old body?" Kelvin wrote, "I cannot divorce now. The twins are small. But I am enjoying outside. Cynthia is tight past virgin. Sandra is just a cook and nanny now." They sent emojis, laughing emojis. They were laughing at me. The woman who gave up her career to raise their friends' godchildren. The woman who fed them when they were broke. Kelvin wasn't just cheating. He was dehumanizing me. He was making me a joke. When Kelvin came out of the shower, he saw me reading the phone. He froze. He knew. He didn't apologize. He didn't beg. He got angry. He shouted, "Who gave you the right to read my private chat?" He tried to snatch the phone. I held it tight. I stood up. I looked him in the eye. I wasn't crying anymore. I was done crying. I said, "Kelvin, you are a coward. You call yourself a man, but you are a boy. You are ashamed of the woman who gave you a family. You are ashamed of the scars that gave you sons. If I am a cow, then you are a bull who forgot who fed him. Get out of my house tonight." He laughed. He said, "This is my house. I pay the rent. You get out." It has been 3 months since that night. Did I die? No. I started my business again. I got a nanny to help with the babies. I started going to the gym, not to look good for a man, but to feel strong. I lost 20 kilograms. My skin is still loose. My stomach still has the scar, but I don't hate it anymore. It is my battle wound. I am a warrior. And Kelvin, well, karma is real. 2 weeks after I left, Cynthia moved in. She thought she won the lottery. But she didn't know Kelvin. Kelvin is lazy. He doesn't wash his socks. He leaves wet towels on the bed. He snores loudly. He is messy. Cynthia is a party girl. She likes to go out. She doesn't like to cook. She doesn't like crying babies. After 1 month, they were fighting every day. Cynthia found out Kelvin was still talking to other girls on the boys' club group. She slashed his tires. She poured hot water on his suits. Last week, Kelvin came to my mother's house. He was begging. He looked terrible. He had lost weight. He looked old. He knelt down. He cried. He said, "Sandra, I made a mistake. Cynthia is crazy. I miss you. I miss the boys. Please come back. I love you." I looked at him. I felt nothing. No love, no anger, just pity. I said, "Kelvin, you didn't miss me. You missed someone to cook for you and clean your mess. You missed a servant, not a wife." I closed the door in his face. I am happy now. I am building my life. My boys are happy. To all the women watching this, if a man shames you for your body after you give him children, he never loved you. He only loved what your body could do for him. Don't let anyone make you feel small because you are a mother. Motherhood is the biggest job in the world. And to the men, be careful. The woman you are shaming today is the reason you exist. Treat her with respect or you will lose her. And once a good woman leaves, she never comes back. Thank you for listening to my story.